Should Chivalry 2 have a ranked game mode? The reason why I take up this question is because if we have a look at the Chivalry 2 roadmap, we can see that there is an entry for competitive game modes. And if you think about it, why in the world would Tornbanner split their dueling player base between server browser and arena if not for the intention to add a ranked mode to arena duels at some point in the future? I actually made a community poll on my channel almost a year ago in which I asked you guys about this topic. So back then, a few months after release, more than 700 people voted on the questions if Tornbanner should add ranked or skill-based matchmaking to the 1v1 and 3v3 arena modes in Chivalry 2. 63% voted with yes, they should add ranked to arena. 11% wanted skill-based matchmaking but without displayed ranks. And 26% voted with no ranked, no skill-based matchmaking. So the vast majority of voters want to see some kind of skill-based matchmaking in duels and 3v3 arena games. Now this 700 vote sample is probably not perfectly representative of their whole player base, as the average Chivalry 2 player is presumably more casual than the average King Louis poll voter. But I think it is good enough to see a general tendency. There is another problem with a question like this, however. In general, if you ask people if they want something or not, they often say yes because, well, having something is better than not having something, right? In game development, however, adding features is often a trade-off. Development time is a limited resource, and if you work on one feature, you can't work on another one at the same time. So setting the right priorities is important. Which brings us to the question, if ranked game modes are even suited for Chivalry 2. I was dueling quite a lot during alpha and at release, mainly to get decent at the combat system, but other than for recording a quick clip for a video, I haven't been on a duel server for quite some time now. Dueling good players in Chivalry 2 always felt somewhat tedious to me. The combat is designed with the thought in mind that players should be able to survive for a while. And the thing is, whenever you land a hit in a duel, it kinda feels you landed that hit because your enemy misinput his counter or messed up in some other way, and not because you executed something very well and there was little chance to parry it. That design choice goes very well with their casual team objective mode, where it ensures that newbies don't get slaughtered by veterans within 3 seconds every time they meet on the battlefield. But in my opinion, duels are not where the Chivalry 2 combat shines. Grinding the duel skill ceiling in this game isn't deep and complex enough for me, and I think lots of other players feel similar. Unfortunately, there is currently no medieval slasher game with a well thought out dueling system on the market. Nonetheless, the amount of players you need for an active duel ladder is relatively low, and I'm pretty sure that there would be enough demand within the Chivalry 2 community for it. Having a functioning 3v3 ladder, on the other hand, that has enough players for every skill bracket is much harder, and also brings the solo queue versus party queue problem, where you either accept inflated ranks, or you prohibit partying up for this mode and make it solo queue exclusively, both less than ideal options. The 3v3 arena mode in general is a hot mess right now, as teammates often will just attack you if you interfere with their, quote, duel. People fail to understand that having a dynamic teamfight where you can look around and comfortably target different opponents is the biggest advantage this genre has over traditional fighting games or a lock-on combat game like For Honor. Target switches and good positioning and awareness are the main aspects that make a 3v3 mode worth playing. Fighting it out in separate duels is absolutely ridiculous. It completely defeats the whole purpose of the mode and just lets the team with the best duelist win. Tornbanner should maybe rename it to Teamfight or something similar. Another thing is that ranked modes breed toxicity. Competitive scenes in medieval slasher games have the most toxic environments I have experienced across different genres of competitive online games. Maybe this is because fights are so close and personal, I'm not quite sure actually, but it would be nice to keep this group of players away from this game. And lastly, having a ranked game mode usually creates a certain meta. People will find the most overpowered stuff and spam it over and over. And there is a good chance that there will be lots of complaints about it, until the developers balance things for these ranked modes that aren't really an issue in casual team objective play, the mode that the vast majority of players is playing. So to summarize my personal opinion on this, I think Tornbanner should keep their priority on the casual player experience. Keep making team objective maps and battle scenes that create lore and immersive action. Try to keep the game fresh, make seasonal events, and maybe even put some effort into a PvE co-op mode. I think having ranked duels would be fine, but everything that goes beyond that would, in my opinion, not go well with what Chivalry 2 is good at and what its core audience wants. Players that are interested in playing this game competitively can always join a clan or community-held tournaments. But anyway guys, that's my current thoughts on adding ranked modes to Chivalry 2. I am very curious what you think about this topic, so let me know your opinions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like and hit the subscribe button for more Chivalry 2 and other medieval slasher content. As always, thank you all for watching and see you soon.